Hello and welcome to Geekatplay Studio Tutorials. In this tutorials I want to share a couple tips to create a desert scenery. So let's go first by loading our preset atmosphere. Now I'll just select the default from physical folder. Next we'll go ahead and create terrain. And one thing right now about terrain, what I want to do, I want to stretch. To stretch the terrain, you need to go to sides of your terrain, right click and pull it. So the one thing what I want to show, if you go to the corners and you can see icon is changing, that will be scaling. It will scale in all direction. But if you go to the sides, it will just stretch in that direction you're selecting. So and I want stretch to direction X and Y. I don't want to go to Z to upper. So when I'm done stretching, now when is our terrain selected, right click and let's go to edit object. When we have it edit object mode, I want to click reset and increase multiplier by 1024. If you want a better resolution, you can click a couple more times to make it actually look more detailed or smaller. So next, let's go click on a dunes. So create a kind of look dunes for us. And what I want to do is just add a little bit distortion by double time, maybe on lunar, or go to effects and grease and pebbles. So it will add kind of more noise distortions to our look. Let's click OK. So right now I'm going to go ahead and let's maximize our front view, and you can do this by just going to the bar and double time click. Okay, so we'll go right here, we'll select, and the reason why I want to do, it's kind of easier to see that way. So we'll go now, once terrain is selected, we'll go and click on our modifying tab. We'll go to Skew and we'll click on a Z to Y and start kind of moving. And you can see how it's skewing left and right. I will just skew a little bit this way. And one thing, when you left click, if you drag to the left, the skew will actually perform to the right, and if you go to the right, the skew will go to the left. Okay, we're done with this. So at this point, if we go ahead and have our preview render, you can see we have a nice kind of looking dunes around there. So let's see if we can readjust a little bit. Again, if we want it, we can skew more. Okay, adjusting. This will be our ascent. Okay, next things what I want to do it is actually, you know what, let's go ahead to change our aspect ratio. And for some terrain scenery, it's very nice when you have a kind of long panoramic representation. To do this, select the render to screen, go to aspect ratio, and let's select the free user define. In that case, will be lock and presets, and we can modify by ourselves. So we'll go now to V640 and we'll just pop up this maybe up to 900. So you can notice now we have a wider look. Let's go select our main camera, a little bit down, look like this. So we'll set again right here on the screen. If you notice, we have it about 1/3 of our screen and composition will take by the land, and 2/3 will take by the sky. You can create in a way you want it or you like it, but sometimes it's nice to use it grid, and if you want, you can go ahead, click and select frame guide, and the frame guide. So we'll go ahead, you can enable frame grid, save zone. So we'll click, and this one case what is enabled, you can see we kind of have it separation, and you can have it how many grid separation you want it with save zone. It can be destructive sometimes to have this on your screen, but in some cases it may help you to better realign your terrain in right portion of your screen, so your composition look more balanced. Okay, we finished setup with this. Let's go now add a couple more things. One, we select terrain, we'll go to our materials, and I'll just select soft dunes. Okay, so from landscape folder, this will be for ours. And now I want to load it atmosphere. So I'm going atmosphere loaded. And one what I will use it is from our Megapack 3. It's called Hazy Sunset. And we'll look on a second on details on this. All what I wanted, it's okay, let's preview right here. Kind of with the preset skies looking. Let's go select our sun. I'll put sun a little bit below. And let's go to atmosphere editor, sun, and right here the size of the sun I want to increase up to maybe 4 or 5, so it will make a bigger, larger look sun for us. Okay, let's click OK right now. And here's interesting things. So if we want to highlight sun, we press Ctrl C copy, Ctrl V paste, or you press Alt, you can actually create a second sun. The one thing only about this, and you can notice it's not visible here, but when we start moving, you can notice it is change lighting. So what is happening, our first sun in this case, it will be visible circle, but it doesn't produce global lighting in this case, because when we created second sun, this is how we can manipulate, and you can see on our scenery how we can change lighting. So in some cases, this is maybe helpful tip for you if you want to have sun in your scenery, but at the same time you want to have a very nice light up front. So here's you can see how even on our lighting how we change. Just example, let me put it all the way up front and render. So you can see we have it all light up scenery with a sun obviously projection here, but also we have it a sun up front. On that case, in our image we can still have it nice lighting, and we still have it sun displaying up front. But in this case I want actual sun just a little bit be on the side, so we have it still dark shadows. Next things, I want to add planet. So we'll click on a planet, increase size, and you know what, let's go switch this to Mercury, make phase all away, increase brightness and softness. Softness is add to the edges, so I'll put it a little bit down right here, maybe position like this one. Okay, let's go now create maybe 3 suns. So we'll just have stars placing one here. Then this is several ways we can do. One, we can create sphere. Let's move sphere away. Change material of the sphere to maybe red plastic. Click OK. Next we'll go ahead, right click on a sphere, and we'll go select convert to area light. Okay, now in area light we'll add, and one thing, if you start scrolling you can lock up to 100. It doesn't let you scroll up, but it doesn't mean you cannot just select and type in 500. Next, let's go enable also our lens flare. We go to edit, and we don't need the rings, strikes. If you want, you can add, that will have a very interesting effect, but right now I want just leave this way. We'll move a little bit far this way, and let's put it maybe around here. So this will be our another star. Okay, this one way, and otherwise also you can just create a simple light. If you want it, we'll go ahead, edit color, and we'll just set something to a little bit bluish color. Okay, let's go again, pop up this maybe to 500. I'll just position this a little bit closer. One thing you notice, you cannot see it because we need again enable our lens flare. We'll just place it maybe move on a distance and a little bit up. So this will be our 30 sun. Again, we can enable on this sun a little bit more lens flare to matching our other ones. But as example for this, I want to just leave it like here so you can see it. Maybe just only go ahead in atmosphere editor and increase size a bit more so we have a little bit bigger sun. Okay. Okay, this is nice. And when we have it our copy of the sun, so let's call this sunlight so we know that we can control it. This one, right click, edit object, and let's go to the shadows, use shadow map, and click on a soft shadow map. This will give it nice shadows, very soft looking. One withdraw with this, you need to understand it will increase your time. In current settings it won't be that dramatic, but sometimes it can actually increase render time significantly. Let's preview, and you notice we don't have very hard shadows. Let's look like how it's look. Okay, we'll go on our sun, just maybe much down. Let's go add a couple models, and I found excellent model on a web, and I will provide link to this, and we actually come back to this model in our next tutorial to see how we can even enhance more. So let me go ahead and load it this model. So we go to loaded object. Okay, and it's a steampunk airship. This is a very high detail model with very nice texturing, and actually I like a lot because you can use this model in many different compositions or even like a ship. Okay, oops, sorry, right here we'll go move, it's a little bit scaled down slightly. We'll put one maybe on the side right here. Hold down Alt button and drag so it will duplicate it. We'll take second one, maybe around here, and let's go create third one, and third one we move even more far away. We'll put it up in here a little bit higher around here. Okay, I think now we're ready for our final render. So we'll go ahead and select final quality, click OK. Let's look on our atmosphere, a couple more things before we click. So we have it here, maybe pop-ups more towards sunlight, a little bit increase in contrast here. If you want, you can enable global illuminations. I will do for this, it just add nicer on the shadows. Okay, clouds will leave it like this. Ground, well, maybe one drop a little bit grease, so it will give it a little bit more bluish on the top. You can notice right here with a little bit bluer color. Make a bit darker on the sky, so this look right. And you notice right here we have it about 50 on aerial. Again, when you scroll it's going up to 10, but I want to have it a more kind of haze, so I will just type 50 inside. Okay, here, and let's render our final image. Okay, right here we have our image with our kind of deserty look, skewed dunes with atmosphere presettings, and sun position and controlled light from our sun. Thank you for watching this tutorial from Geekatplay Studio. Please come visit us on the web is www.geekatplay.com.